Hi everybody, it's Patty Ann, and I'm here again to show you a couple quick little snippets of things that I've been learning with my Cricut design space since I've gotten it just a couple of weeks ago. So I'm just going to start with something really easy. Let's pretend you've just opened this up and you've gone to New up here, and it says, do you want to replace it because you already have something on the canvas? I'm going to say Replace. And now I'm going to go down to the shapes. And I'm just going to pretend that I want to have a heart. Okay. And what I'm going to do with this heart is I'm going to make two of them. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to come over here on the right hand side of the screen where it says duplicate and click on that. And then I'm going to change the one that I just made to a little bit different color so it's easier to see. So I have two hearts that are exactly the same color and the same, not the same color, the same size. I'm going to make the one here bigger. And I'm actually going to make it, let's say 8 inches wide. And since this, I put this up in the size area, I put an 8 for 8 inches. Since this is locked, when I hit enter, it's going to automatically change the height. It's going to keep them proportional. So there it is. Now, since it's off of my screen a little bit, I'm going to come down here and I can make it smaller so it fits on the screen. So far so good. Now what I wanted to do with this heart was I am imagining that I'm going to have some really cute pictures this Christmas that I want to frame on a scrapbook page, and I'm going to put the pictures into a heart frame to start with. So the second heart that I made, I can put that on top of the first one and drag it out as big as I want it. It's a little bit too big maybe. What I'm going to do is where the red heart is, I'm going to cut it out. So there'll be a blank in here, and that's where I can put my photograph behind the heart. Okay, that looks pretty good to me, but I'm not exactly sure if it's centered. So I can just draw a box around both of those and then come up to Align and go to Center, and it's going to center align it. I do think I actually like it down a little bit lower, the red part. So I'm just highlighting the red. You can see when I click off, nothing's highlighted. When I click on the red, that's the one that's active, or the layer. When I click on the blackish gray, that's the layer that's active. But I want the red one to be active, and rather than holding down my mouse key and pulling this down, I'm just going to use the arrow key on my computer because that'll keep it lined up better. And I can just do like that. Too far. Okay. One more. Boop. Okay. No, I like one more, I think. There you go. I like that. So the next thing I'm going to do in order to cut this out is I'm going to highlight everything again. And then when I come over here, something that's available to me now is this option called Slice. I'm going to slice it. That means I'm just slicing one thing out of the other thing. So I suppose the top thing is being sliced out of the bottom. I don't know, however you want to say it. But anyway, this has been sliced out so I can pull it off. Of course, that really wasn't attached before, but I sliced this out now. So now what I'm left with is this, which could be the frame on a really cute scrapbook page. And of course, I can cut it out of any color scrapbook paper that I want. And I can also cut out these hearts if I'd like to. But first of all, if I hide the heart, if you close the eye or hide it so you can't see it, the red heart, and close the eye so I can't see the dark heart, all I'm left with this, and I can go to Make It, and it automatically puts it on a mat for me. If I continue, it says I have to select the machine. But this is the part that I often use, is this edit part. And this allows me to move this anywhere I want to on my 12 by 12 mat that I have. Notice no matter what I try to do, it won't go all the way over to the edge because Cricut automatically leaves 1/4 of an inch on each side of this mat that you cannot cut into. Okay, so no matter how hard I try, I can't get that in there. But I could cut this out and be done with that. Now let's see, I'd say done. Or I can cancel this. Are you sure you want to cancel? Yes. And so I have this still. What I can do is open this eyeball on the red heart so I can see it again. And I'll have to make it a little bit smaller so it will fit on my 8.5 by 11 mat. I actually could put it in there and cut it out. And then I can open the eyeball of the black one and make it a little bit smaller. And one thing I could do is take this little handle right here, see how it goes in a circle? My object can go in a circle too. Okay, just like that. Now if I hold down the, let's see, I think it's the shift key. Yes, it's the shift key. It kind of goes in increments. But why might I want to do this? Well, I might want to do it to save some of my paper. Notice that I can kind of skinny that up in there, or if I wanted to, I could kind of, I can't quite put it in there, but you get the idea. You can rearrange these things however you want to. Now this is barely going to fit on my, let's see, 8.5. Yes, it'll fit there. Well, here's what we can do. Let's get all of this, and if I have it all selected up here, it'll tell you exactly what size it is. So it's 10.56 by 7.57. So that will fit on my 8.5 by 11 paper. Now notice when I put the paper on my Cricut mat, it's going to have to be from here to here is the 11 inches. It's going to kind of be, what do you call, landscape, right? Rather than the long way this way. So again, I would just go to make it. It's going to cut it apart into, let me show you something else. Let's go back. So let's take this out of here and put this one in the center here. And let's see what happens if I say make it. See how let's see how the mats end up. Okay, look what happens. It automatically puts on the first mat this, and on the second mat that. I don't want it to cut like that because I can save a whole sheet by doing this. So I can come over here to these two items right here, like that, and I can attach them. And what that means is it's attaching them to the paper or to the cardstock exactly where they are showing up now. So when I go over, just those two because that's all I had selected. Now when I go over here to make it, they should be on the same page or the same sticky mat. Okay, so there they are on the same sticky mat because I attached them both. I attach them both to that one mat. And then it's also, then the second mat is the red. Again, if I wanted to, I could edit. Let's go here, I could edit it, which means I can't adjust these because they were attached together, but I can move the heart if I'd like to down here, or I can twirl it around. Maybe I have space over here, and then just say done. So that's it. That's the first installment. That's us just using the heart. If you wanted to use the heart and cut out the middle part of the heart. Now look, these are attached together. I can't take them apart. Just come down here where it says detach. And now, there we go. But I just thought it'd be cute for a scrapbook page to have a picture in the heart, and then you can have some of these hearts to embellish the page. And if you wanted to, you could duplicate some of these and make a bunch and adjust the sizes. And of course, if you make them on different colors, you'd put them on different mats. Let's see. So like if I wanted these two to be pink, I could click that one, hold down my shift key and click the other one. You can see what are selected, these two that are kind of grayed out. I'm going to make them pinkish and make, oh dear, and make this one pinkish. Okay, and then if I go to make it, and again it's going to sort by mats. There's mat number 2, 3, and 4. So that's it. I hope this helps. I'm really loving this Cricut. I do have a scan and cut too, but I'm finding that this design space is just so easy to use and just so user friendly. I'm having a ball. So that's it. Bye.